What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? You have these hopes, you have these dreams, you have this future, this vision for yourself. Why are you afraid to execute on it? It's scary. When you are focused on the money, on the vast sums that you're going to someday have, it's too much. It's too scary to even think about. And when you do that, you just put yourself into a state of fear, into a state of anxiety. You start worrying about, how am I gonna get this money? Man, it seems like it's so hard. There's so much work I have to do. I mean, how the hell am I going to get there if I start trying to flip this thing I found on Alibaba and Amazon? I would have to sell 1 million of these things to get to $100,000. How the fuck am I gonna do it? When you start thinking that way, like I said, you're gonna put yourself into a state of depression, into a state of fear where you start overthinking, you start overanalyzing, and you're gonna become paralyzed with inaction. That's what's happened to me multiple times over the past 10 years, where I would start something, I would stop. I would start writing it out. I'll create a beautiful business plan, a whole outline. But when it comes for me to finally pull the trigger and execute, I'm too scared. Because it just seems like it's a long journey. You know what? And if I started 10 years ago selling these little $10 widgets on Amazon, God knows where I would be right now, right? But if it was going to take me 2 years to get to $100,000, well, guess what? I would have had $100,000 5 times over if I had done that 10 years ago. But I didn't. I was paralyzed, and I said, someday it's going to happen. Well, you know what? Fucking someday came, and it never happened. Someday was fucking 10 years ago, and it never fucking happened. I woke up and I said, holy shit, my 20s are gone. I'm into my mid to late 30s, and my life is it's all fucked up. I haven't done shit because I kept overthinking and over fucking analyzing. So I'm just trying to warn you. I'm trying to warn my past self. And I'm trying to warn you, if you feel like you're in the same fucking situation, don't think about it. Don't think about the money and all of that. It's good for you to start with a goal, say, this is what I want to do, this is where I'm going to get to, and then start living in the now. Start living in the present and start taking actionable steps. When you're in a state of fear, and this has happened to me over and over again, when you're in that state of fear and you're starting to think about the future, then it just starts drawing you to self-sabotaging behaviors. Those self-sabotaging behaviors of drinking, of smoking, of trying to escape the reality of how difficult this is going to be, the monumental task that it seems like it's going to take to get there. So you start drinking, you start playing video games, you start partying. You know, honestly, hanging out with your friends instead of doing work that you should be doing, that's self-sabotaging. If you're doing it to escape the difficulty of being an entrepreneur, of running your business, of building this future for yourself, then that's not good. And I did that to the nth degree. When you take on a shitty job instead of sitting there and working on what you need to be doing, right? If you're out there driving Uber after your normal job, you could be listening to podcasts, you could be listening to business podcasts, you could be listening to audiobooks, things to help improve your mindset, things to help you build your business. You could be listening, like, if you want to build some kind of an Amazon book, then go read an autobiography of Jeff Bezos, right? If you want to build some kind of an Amazon business, if you want to build some kind of drop shipping business, there's tons of autobiographies, tons of how-to books. Listen to those. Stop driving your Uber saying, I'm making progress by making my shitty little extra $200 a week or whatever. And wow, this is great. And you're listening to fucking shit music, and you're listening to, hell, you're having shit conversations with your fucking passengers. You're not doing anything useful with your life. You're just out there making a little bit of money and thinking that, oh, this is how I get the fuck out of the rat race. This is how I serve my children, my family. This is how I serve my future wife, my future kids, is by me driving a shit job, and you feel like you're doing something useful, but you're not, because you're too afraid to confront your own reality. You're too afraid to actually sit down and do the fucking work. So even today, even though I've been able to drop all my vices, my forms of self-sabotage are that I can get really angry and I just lose control. I sit there screaming like a fucking idiot, And my other form of self-sabotage is that I just go on YouTube benders. I'll just sit there and fucking watch stupid ass videos, and then I'll catch myself 30 minutes in being like, oh, this is great. I've been fucking sitting here watching some dumbass videos of fucking police chases or fucking road rage incidents or comedy specials or whatever the fuck, and I'm not actually doing what I should be doing because I'm trying to escape the difficulty of the work that I have to do. Yes, it's great to find a job or it's great to find a business that you're passionate about, but there's always things you have to fucking do that you're not excited about, like filing your business taxes, not a lot of fun. Editing your website. Maybe if you're not in love with editing websites, you got to sit there and still do it anyways because you'd rather be out there fucking washing cars. But you're not excited about shopping for soap for the cars. Whatever the fuck it is that you have to do, there's always going to be work that you don't want to do and you're trying to avoid it. But if you're just trying to start a business, then the work that you have to do that I struggle with the most is actually going out and selling the fucking product. Is actually going out to people and asking them, hey, do you need your car washed? Do you need your home power washed? Whatever the fuck it is that you want to do, that's the hardest part. And the best part, look, thinking about it, thinking about what could happen, that's anxiety. You start overthinking, you're going to get anxious, you're going to be scared to do it. And thinking about the past and how much of a fuck up you are is depression. So live in the now. And in the now is the reality that you have a business plan or you want to write one. Sit down, write it out. Write out what it is that you want to do with your business. At least have concrete, actionable steps. And then living in the now means go get started. If you worry too much about the future, what if I knock on a door and the person slams it in my face? Well, then that's exactly what's going to fucking happen. Once you accept that failure is going to happen, no matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are. Failure is going to happen. You're going to try and approach somebody. You could be a billionaire. You could approach somebody with a business deal, and the other person is going to say, I think it's a stupid idea. I'm not going to invest with you on this. No matter how rich you are, no matter how powerful, that will happen. So once you accept that, once you start a business, and you're going to go out and you're going to try and gain 10 clients or 20 clients, you're probably going to get 10 to 20 no's, 10 to 20 failed meetings before you get to a yes. And each one of those no's, each one of those failures is a lesson. It's experience. The more experience you have is the faster that you're going to become successful in that business or in another one. You're going to learn things in trying out one business. You might fail. The whole business might fail, but you'll be able to go into another venture. You're going to try something else. You're going to keep doing these things over and over again until you have success. Some people are very successful with their first businesses. There's nothing wrong with that. My first business actually was somewhat of a success. I made good enough money to buy my dream car. I have a fucking awesome car from it. I don't make enough money to go buy a mansion or something, but I make good money with it. I consider that somewhat of a success. It's limited. I know exactly I'm in a very small market. It's something very niche. And so I don't expect to make a lot of sales. But my next business venture, I'm fully expecting that I'm going to get tons of no's before I get yeses. I already got one yes. I already told you guys I already got one client. I'm going to be trying to get some more. And you know what? If they fail, not a big fucking deal. I'm going to learn to get better to talking with people, get better at sales, get better at explaining the solutions that me and my partner offer them. And honestly, if it fails, it's okay. But we have the expectation that we're going to fail and learn, fail and learn, fail and learn. And then we're going to win. We're going to learn, we're going to be able to apply, and we're going to be able to start winning. And eventually, you're going to get more yeses than nos. And I'm not fucking scared anymore. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, the clients, it's their loss if they say no. It's okay. It's my failure to properly articulate the product that we are offering, the solution that we're offering. And so I'm going to get better at doing that. So all I'm saying is that stop being afraid. You can fucking do this. Stop being a fucking little whiny bitch and do it. The sooner you start, the sooner you fucking start, is the sooner that you will begin to fail, and the sooner you'll begin to learn, and the sooner that you're gonna begin to win. Don't fucking wait 10 to 15 years like I fucking did. Stop being a fucking bitch and fucking do it.